Yeah, so I want you to trick the other pupil at the partly train stage. My instructor can't make it today because he's gone off playing golf.
Okay.
Lucky sod. He has got the same car as you.
Right.
The only is a different colour, but yours is a lot cleaner. And he said today we were going to do approaching junctions to turn left and right.
Okay. Hi
Yeah.
Tony, yeah, that's fine.
Hi.
I'm Sue, pleased
Hello
to meet
Sue,
you.
how are you,
Hi.
alright?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I understand Bob can't make it today because
No.
he's playing, I think he's playing golf.
Yeah.
He's asked me to look at approaching junctions to turn left and right.
That's
with
what he
you.
said we were going to do today, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just to give me an idea of what you've been doing, what have you done on previous lessons?
Approach that from a slightly different level, because if I was to come in and tell you to turn in the road, it's not going to be very useful to you, is it?
Okay, yeah.
Have I ever used the mirror signal position speed look routine?
Right, okay. So have you ever used the mirror signal position speed look routine, Tony, in previous lessons?
I have, yeah. Yeah, I've done it last week. We've done a bit of emerging.
So you've gone from major road to minor road?
Yeah, we have,
okay.
yeah. Done a bit of that last week.
And what on that routine, what do you just take me through the routine, what you would do on that routine?
I was checking the mirrors, I was signalling. He was talking me through the position,
Okay.
speed, and telling me where to look, really.
Okay. So on today's lesson, turning left and right, we're going to be using that sequence in that lesson.
All right.
Okay, so just to tell me, if you were going to turn left at a junction, what mirrors would you use to turn left?
The left one and the middle one.
You wouldn't use the left one first, would you? You'd use this one first. This will give you true judgment of distance and speed behind
right.
you. So
Yeah.
that one first, and then yes, to your right, the left one.
Yeah.
And why would you check the left-hand mirror?
A week's a long time with my brain. We've done about an hour on it. I was thinking about bicycles.
Right, so that's right. So you're looking in this left-hand mirror
Yeah.
before you make your turn to make sure there's no bikes in the way.
Oh,
so
okay,
that
yeah.
Because if you were to turn left and there was a bike coming down the road, you'd cause them an issue,
Yep.
wouldn't you? Okay. So we're going to go. Sorry, I've forgotten. Are we merging, approaching?
Approaching.
Approaching. So we're going to take approaching junctions to turn right and left. So we're going to go through the sequence like we've done. The sequence you've done before. So we're going to do obviously mirror signal, position, speed and look,
Yep.
and coming into the junction. So when you've done emerging from junctions, did you talk about pedestrians and what you needed to look for on
Oh yeah,
pedestrians?
you mentioned quite a bit about pedestrians, yeah.
So what do you understand with regard to pedestrians?
Yeah, he said they tend to cross anywhere.
Yeah, so as when you're approaching the junction, so you're going to if you've got a pedestrian starting to cross the junction, you're going to let them cross the junction before you commit to make the turn.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
If they're stood on the pavement, you're going to make eye contact with them and establish what they're going to do. So,
Oh, okay.
and then if it's safe to do so, you're going to take the turn.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But just
Yeah.
to take a step back, we're going to go through the routine. So you're going to check your mirrors. You're going to put
Yeah.
your signal on about 6 to 8 car lengths away from the junction. You're going to get your speed. So if we're going to turn left, you're going to get your appropriate position for turning left. So where did you, when you were emerging from your junction to turn left, where did you position your car?
I was keeping pretty much in a straight line
Right.
up to the last minute, and then he was going steer to me, steer to me.
Okay. So did you give you a reference point for when you were turning?
Yeah, we picked up some kind of reference point that came up somewhere over there or something.
Right. Okay. So was it just under the tax disc? Did he say to you?
I think it was near there. It was something to do with if I'm too tight to the curb, I'd mount the curb.
You wish. Yeah.
Because I had a couple where I didn't steer, because
Okay.
I panicked a bit and I went too wide.
And you went too wide.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to, what we'll do when we're out on the drive, then I'll help you to find a reference
Oh,
point
okay,
for
thanks.
turning
Yeah.
left. Okay. And you're right. If we turn too quickly around the corner, we might. So you take your normal driving position, a metre away from the
Yeah.
curb, come around the corner. If you cut too close, then you're actually going to probably mount the curb. Okay. When you're going to put these pedestrians are stood here, you're going to
Yeah.
scare them. What you're going to do is, as we're going through the process, when you get to the mirror signal, position, speed and the look stage, at this stage you're going to no, you're not. At the speed, you're going to get right down to, probably into second gear to come round this corner, so you're in nice control to come round the corner.
You're doing fine, carry on.
So you're going to slow down progressively. You're not going to come round the corner too fast, and obviously not too slow. If you come round too slowly, cars behind might think you're pulling in rather than going round the corner.
Right.
Okay. If you come round too fast, there's a possibility you're going to cut the corner. So what you don't want to do is come round, cut the corner, because if you've got a car coming this way, you're going to go into the path of that vehicle. So that's the last thing we want to do.
You can help me with the speed, can
Yeah,
you?
of course I can.
Yeah.
So it's really important as you're coming up to the corner that we get the appropriate gear to come around the corner. And what we mustn't do is, have you talked about coasting before? Do you know what I mean if I talked about coasting?
Yeah, you mentioned it, yeah, a couple of times, yeah.
So that's where you're going to keep your foot on the clutch rather than, as you're coming around the corner, you're going to get into gear, get your foot off the clutch and come round. If you leave your foot on the clutch, you're not letting the car use engine braking to get around the corner, you're going to travel around too quickly. What you have to also think about as you're coming around this corner is if we've got any obstructions in the junction, you've got to look into that junction. So the same is going to apply in the same situation when we're going to turn right. But when we're turning right, and we're going to go through the same routine, mirror signal position, and this time to get your position, do you know where you're going to position your car if you're going to turn right?
Yeah, by that picture is next to that white line, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's just this side of the white line, okay? And what you've got to remember is when you turn right, we're going to cut into the path of the oncoming traffic. Okay, so you're going to get your position, so you're going to do the same as before. We're going to mirror signal position, speed and look, and those three, the position, speed and look, all come together really at the same time. So you're going to get into the appropriate gear and position your car, and if it's safe to do so, you're going to make your turn. However, if we've got a car coming down the road, we'll have to sit here and wait for that car coming down the road, because what we mustn't do is cut across the path of that car to make them stop, slow down or swerve. Okay. As we're approaching that junction and we're looking into the junction, we've also got to look again for these pedestrians, because if we've got pedestrians starting to cross, then we've got to be aware of them. Okay. And again, we're going to make eye contact if we're stood on the pavement, and then we're going to, if it's safe to do so, then we're going to come into the junction. It's appropriate gear to drive into the junction. As we come into the junction, we're going to check our mirrors again to make sure it's safe for us to check our mirrors to check on distance and speed of traffic behind us, and then if it's safe to do so, we're going to pick up speed.
All right.
Okay.
Right.
So what we'll do then is we'll go off and do some driving. I'll help you on the drive.
Yeah.
And see where we go from there.
Oh, okay.
All right. You slowed down, haven't I?
Yeah.
Hey?
Yeah. Don't forget to.
Talked about cutting
Don't
the
forget,
corner.
it's a brief outline of what we're going to do,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah? And you can wrap it on for 10 minutes, but I'm not going to remember it on the move anyway, yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's a brief outline, just set yourself up, really.
Mhm.
One bit of advice that I will give you, once we get on the move,
Mhm.
let's talk about how I identify them.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, you see gaps
Oh,
in the
yeah.
buildings on the
Okay,
right?
Yeah.
That's a turning,
Yeah.
yeah. They might not be taking it, but you're talking about it.
Mhm.
That's good education for your pupil as well.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fine.
Okay then, Tony. So if you want to set yourself up
All
then,
right, yeah.
and we'll go.
Is it okay if I look at your pictures when I drive along?
Well, I'll help you. You won't be able to look at the pictures,
Oh,
will you?
right.
Because I want you to focus on the road. But I'll help you.
Can
We'll
you stick in the
talk
back?
it
Because
through.
I find it really distracting. 'Cause I'll keep on the peep over there to see what you're looking at.
All right.
That was a nudge. Yeah, I think I've done them.
Okay, so when you're ready then, we'll go. But before we go, can you just check your mirrors and just tell me what can you see in this mirror?
Yeah, I can't see very much because of that fence behind me.
Mhm.
But I can use this white bit here
Mhm.
as a picture frame.
Mhm.
I can see the whole of the back window. And I
Okay.
can see a bit of my head of strength, and I can see a bit of yours.
Okay, and what about your right mirror?
Again, I can't see very much, but I can see the door handles.
Mhm.
I can see the top of the fence comes in at the top of the mirror.
Yep.
and the wall comes in about the middle.
Okay.
And same in that one.
Okay. So mirrors are all set up then.
Yep.
So when you're ready, then if
We're going to
you...
turn right out of the car park.
Okay. I'd like you to turn right out of the car park, please.
Great job being a driving instructor in this weather, isn't it?
Oh, it is. It's a lovely job. It's really hot.
You get a suntan on your left arm, didn't you?
Okay, Tony. So we're going to, when we're looking for these junctions to, oh no, we're going to turn right and left, not emerging. Ignore me.
When you carry on talking.
So when we come up to these junctions, when we're going to be turning up the junctions, we're going to be looking for signs to know when we're coming up to a turning.
What kind of signs?
So
At the roundabout, we're going to turn right.
at the roundabout, I'd like you to turn
And we're
right,
going to follow the road straight.
and I'd like you to follow the road straight ahead.
Yes,
So
what
you're
kind
going
of...
to be looking for things like gaps in. So if you look at, think about a street, looking at houses, there'll be gaps between the houses
Oh,
where there
right.
might be a junction. Road markings to indicate that you've got a junction turning. So we're just, going to keep our observations open and pick up the junctions when we're going to be turning left or right.
I found last week when I was doing emerging that I can sometimes spot the emerges by cars shooting from the left to the right or the right
And you'll
to
be
the
able to
left.
do the same here as well. You'll be able to pick up cars positioning to turn left and right. So when you're
right.
looking ahead, they'll be positioned to make their turns.
I sometimes even had the odd road sign. Didn't get many, but we had a few.
Yeah, and that's a good point. So you know what road signs, obviously. Have you done your theory test?
No, I'm studying for it, Dad.
Right, okay. So yes, you're right. Some road signs will give you a clue that there's a junction.
Yeah, I'm struggling a little bit with that. I've done 5 minutes last night.
So you need to do a bit more than 5 minutes.
Yeah, I
to
know,
get
but
through.
it's not easy, is it? Find the time.
It's finding the time. Be worth it though, won't it, when you get
Yeah.
through? Otherwise you won't be able to do your test.
Yeah, exactly. Is that an emerge?
That's an emerge. Yeah. So yeah, that's an emerge. That would be that's an emerge, but it's also a turn, isn't it? So if you're taking a right turn there, you'd be.
Oh, is that what we're doing today? One of these turnings?
Yes.
So it's not an emerge, is it?
No.
Oh, right.
But here, look, if we were going to do a right turn here, there's your break in the road there, so you can turn. That's give you a clue.
Oh, Bob explained this to me last week. He said it's a crossroads, isn't it?
That's a crossroads.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's important when you're driving that you're looking ahead. Has he talked to you about that? Reading the road ahead,
Yeah,
so you
yeah,
get a clue of
yeah.
what's happening. So here, look, we've got the road sign on the actual road. We've got the arrow, which will give you a clue that's a right turn
right.
here.
That's a right-hand turn, isn't it?
Mhm.
But they are quite easy to spot, aren't they?
They are. Yes, it's just reading the road.
At the crossroads, we're going to turn left.
At the crossroads, I'd like you to turn left. So we're going to do our sequence, Tony. So mirrors.
Yeah, I'm okay with crossroads. I got them last week.
Okay. Is this not an emerge then? Would this not be considered an emerge?
We're not doing emerging, are we?
Pardon?
We're
No,
not doing
not
emerging.
emerge, no, sorry.
No, you're turning left and right.
Yeah, we'll be turning left though. So is that not considered?
No, it's a crossroads, isn't it?
Right. Okay.
So
That's
to keep,
where.
to keep you on subject, I'll handle the crossroads and emerging myself. Yeah.
Okay.
You do like a challenge, don't you?
Yeah, but I see. I'm always thinking, oh God, I haven't done that.
Yeah, I know it's a bit hard to follow, but when you think about it, it makes sense really. Because otherwise, you'd have to be teaching me emerging, meeting, and everything else.
Yeah. But that's a left-hand turn, isn't it? That's where I get confused. So that's a left-hand
Yeah, but it's a
turn.
crossroads.
Yeah, okay, I'll be happy.
So do you play golf?
No, it's on my list.
Oh, thank God for that. I might get more lessons in there then.
It's never time.
Yeah, Bob seems to find the time.
Does he?
Yeah.
So how are your lessons going? Are you enjoying your lessons?
Yeah, yeah.
How many,
nerve-wracking.
how many lessons have you had?
About 8 now, I think.
Okay.
That's a crossroads.
Okay. I should be telling you
And we're going to take the next turning to the right.
that. You take the next turning on the right, Tony, so that's it. So what are you going to do? Just if you just want to stop.
Oh, I've done crossroads
Okay,
about 2
so-
weeks ago. I've done quite well with them.
So how do I get with Becky then? How do I then explain to her about getting her position for turning right and the cars and everything else?
You get an opportunity in a second.
Okay.
That's a crossroads. I'll be doing that soon, will I?
You will.
And we're going to take the next turning to the right.
I'd like you to take the next turning on the right, Tony. So we're going to go through that sequence that we talked about. So
All right.
what's the first thing you're going to do when
No,
you
I
turn
can't
right?
remember.
Okay, so you're going to check your mirrors
All right.
first.
I'll get past it now.
Yeah, okay.
I'll just pull that one down here.
Yeah.
You're quite willing to talk me to the crossroads. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I know it's a bit confusing on emerging last week. I would have done the mirror signal approach,
Mhm.
but I need you to talk me through it, the what, why, how, at least once on the mirror signal, and the position for left to centre, before you can start prompting me on it, yeah?
Mhm. Yeah.
Because by the time you said, right Tony, what are you going to do here?
Mhm.
I didn't have a clue. I'm gone past it, yeah?
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, it does. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, on approach to the initial left and right hand turns, it's going to have to be a full talk through, yeah?
Mhm.
Because you've got no money in the bank at the moment, have
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you haven't anyway, because you just come back from holiday, so you're skint, didn't you? And she didn't buy me a present.
Brassic.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, it does. It does.
And we're going to turn right.
I'd like you to take the next turning on the right, please.
So do you keep talking about that identification?
Okay.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Don't speak to me, I'm getting lonely over here.
Okay.
Talk to me about identification.
Okay, Tony, so what I want you to do is looking ahead now, let's see if we can identify where we've got some turnings, so where you'd either turn right or left. So looking at more, breaks in houses, signs, road markings.
Yeah. And we're going to take the next turning to the right.
I'd like you to take the next turning on the right, so we're going to check our mirrors, Tony, for turning
Alright.
right.
Yeah.
So you can check your middle one as
Alright.
well, indicator
Yeah.
on, And then what we're going to do is we're going to let that mirror line up with that centre line.
Oh, sorry.
You've just overshot there. I need to help you with that reference point. So you've just come across
I couldn't really see anything there, Sue, because your hand was right in front of me, really.
Right, okay, sorry.
I've got a car behind me, so I'm ready to turn, yeah?
Yeah.
I'll give you a bit of help with this, yeah?
Pardon?
Yeah, I'll give you a bit of help with this.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, try and keep your hand over your side of the car.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, your hand came right across from the
You
steering
can
wheel there,
see.
didn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
Invading my space. Do I come over your side? No, I don't, do
No,
I?
you don't, no.
I thought you'd give me a signal of a right-hand turn there for a minute. So we're going to turn right.
So we're going to turn right here, Tony.
Right,
So
so
what-
let me just get you ready for one.
Right, okay.
And we'll stop on the left here for a second.
Pull up on the left-hand side for me. Thank you.
Yeah, so you've just about started to talk about identification, which is really important because that's good education for me, and it also gets your brain working, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have gone past that one by the time
Yeah,
you
you would,
actually
yeah.
dealt with
Okay,
it. Yeah.
yeah.
You should have just told me to check the mirrors, pop the signal on, but you needed to control my speed.
Speeding,
Yeah?
right, yeah, yeah, okay,
If I'd been a real pupil there, I would have gone right past the corner, wouldn't I?
Yeah, you would, yeah.
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 And I honestly couldn't see anything when your hand came across front of the wheel. Yeah.
Yeah.
It actually came right across here. Yeah.
Okay.
So I've got electric fence just turned on there. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So I'll give you a bit of a talk through on the next one. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I need to be saying cover the brake, thickness of a
Well, you
pound
do, yeah.
coin, and
Yeah, it's a new subject to me,
yeah,
isn't it?
It is, yeah.
And we're going to turn left.
I'd like you to take the next turning on the left. So you can see if you're emerging here, Tony, if you're coming the other way, this is the break in the road that I was talking about.
Oh, right. Now we're going to take the next turning to the right, just past that blue people carrier down there.
Okay.
So check your interior mirror, Tony.
Check your interior mirror, Tony.
Make sure I check it.
And check it.
Check your right hand door mirror.
Check your right hand door
Pop your
mirror.
signal on now.
Pop your signal
That's
on
about
now.
6-7 car lengths. Cover the
away.
brake.
Cover the brake. And what we're going to do is, when we're going to take a reference point, we've got nobody behind us at the moment, so what I want you to do is the middle line, down the middle.
Forget the middle line. Just tell me when you want me to stop.
Right,
Tell me not to
just
steer.
stop here now for me.
Right.
So just a little bit further for me.
A little bit.
Stop there for
All
me.
right.
And can you see the centre line down the road that you're going into, the road that you're going to drive into? Where does that centre line come at the moment?
By the door mirror here.
Just under the door mirror.
Yeah.
That's your reference point. So when we're going to turn either right or left, we're going to line the car up with the white line. Okay.
So look at those two mirrors there, yeah?
Here we've got a car behind